Hi. They're leaving. Anyway, it's going to be trickery in and out of the driveway. I think my car should be pulled up probably a little bit more. But my car will not affect too much. I don't know. When I start driving it, Nancy will be leaving sooner than I will. That is presuming I'll be leaving. Meaning for the day or for any length of time or whatever during her period where she'll need to park. But I don't know what's coming. I really don't. I'm kind of waiting for the wind to blow me, and you can't do that. Anyway, I'm going to try to have a walk. Kids are home. They haven't been there long. I think that's our neighbor guy. Hi. Anyway, who invented that word? Okay, so wait a minute. What day is it? It's Wednesday, October 9th, 2024. I'm going to quit putting dates on things, but then you'll never find them. I have to title things. I need to do hashtags. I just need to stop. Meaning, go back and do I could take some of my long things that I did. But see, that takes time and effort to go back and listen to them. If I did it when it was fresh, because I always try to listen to what I put on there. But I don't know that I'm doing it when I do like 3 videos a day, because there's other things going on during the day, Anyway, I gotta quit saying that word. Like the word, like the phrase, I gotta quit doing that too. Now see, that's what I think of Border Collie. Can you see the dog? I think that's what a Border Collie looks like. I could be wrong, but I think. So for they got his tail cut off, man. Some dogs might be born with no tail, but then a lot of dogs have their tails cut off when they're born. And it is chilly. I'm gonna head back to the house. See, I was wanting that sun to come out and then it would warm me up. It's right there. Yeah. It might come out. There's a big old cloud that's got to pass. It did look like it was coming out. Anyway, I know. Another thing I say all the time is it's neither here nor there. But it is. It's up there, way up there. And I'm so silly. So I feel like I have a spider web on me, and I don't know where that would have come from. Those dogs, I wonder what they're barking at. They've been going crazy a few times during the day today. I sit up in my room, and the dogs are going berserko. Berserka? Anyway, but no, really, they're going crazy. Crazy, 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 and ahead. Just like me. I am crazy in the head. But I tell you what, God has been good to me. And I need to follow the signs. You ask for help, and look what happens. Look over there. What is that? Isn't that a neat, nifty little car? I feel like that was such a blessing. I still haven't driven it yet, but we're going to. Got to figure out, really should do some phone calling, but the point is, I can go with the title to the DMV and get it in my name. And then I can do the insurance after. You don't have to have the insurance. You just don't want to be driving and get pulled over and get a ticket. I don't know what the ticket would be, but I don't want a ticket. I don't want to spend any extra money than I have to. And I was used to paying cheap insurance, I guess, because it sounds like the insurance is like crazy. However, now this is way out here. It's down underground. Frankenstein. I'm gonna pick it up, a styrofoam, and put it over here. I don't know where it really goes, except for there's a spot right there. I'm just gonna, I don't know where the other part is. I'm just gonna lay it there and hope that the wind doesn't blow it away. But at least it's there. Ay vey. Now, the first time I heard that expression, ay vey, as boy was about to kiss me in the back seat of a car, and the girl in the front seat of the car, you know, she was with a guy too, but she turned around, she said, "She's dating my brother." That's when he said, "I vey." So what does that mean, guys? Sure wished. You know, wish you could go back and change things. All kinds of things. How many times do you live your life? Some think, I believe they think you keep coming back until you get it right. I don't know. I really don't know. I just know that the way I was taught, that's not how it happens. But you know, there could be other plans that we don't know about. There could be things going on that we don't know. You know, they keep talking about lessons you need to learn. And I keep learning lessons. Yeah. I understand. So there's that big cloud has shadowed those trees. See all the dark? And then look over there at those green ones over there. They're in the light. There's a difference, day and night. Look at those trees. Okay, can you see them? Come into the light. I don't know if you can see me. I can't see me very good. And I am on the sidewalk. Oh, my back. Yeah, I do need to figure out what I'm doing. Because pretty soon the snow will be falling. I won't be going anywhere. Except for up here, the airport is not so awful far away, but it's still 45 minutes, I think. Let's just put it this way, I think it's 45 minutes to Seattle. I really don't know how far it is to the airport. But I do need to be figuring out when I'm going to Pennsylvania, don't I? I doubt they're watching. Oh, a little tree. Look at the tree. On the bottom, there are leaves. Okay, see that? Look at the top. Look at the top of that poor little tree. Wow. And then look at this right here. What is that? Can you see it? The fuzzy stuff? Kind of like, almost like moss. There's some more up there in between on the branches and in between But over here, there's some leaves. The sun does go across right here. I didn't mean to put it in your eyes, I'm sorry. But the sun has come out, yay! Okay, but it's in my eyes, even with shades. So far away, my dreams are so far away. Okay, so this is the AVO. That's how I pronounce what I just read. I don't know what it is. AVEO, so AVO, right? AVO. Yeah. Boy, that is a loud horn. Someone was picking somebody up. They said, get your fanny out here. Can you hear me? I heard it way down here. I don't know. I got the Love Boat playing in my ear. Love Boat. Da 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 da. Waiting to. Da da da. I don't know. Because I'd already sang that first verse. It's gone. Everything's gone. Not everything, but almost. These trees still have their leaves, so they're gonna give us some color for a little while. Nancy said it gets real pretty out there on the main street. Do 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 do. Da dum. Do do da 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 da. A lot of romancing going on the Love Boat. People in the crew had their share too of that ride. Do 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 do. Da da da. Yes, not sure if I'm walking too fast. I might be. My body feels like it is. Walking too fast. Well, let's see. Is this Boss? This is Boss. All right, I'm just going to stay on her street, I think. I've already been around the block. I think I've just been around one block. Could probably look and see, but I don't know if I can see anything. 13 minutes. I was thinking earlier what I could read, so what I need to do is go back and finish up Ether. Not that I'm necessarily wanting to. But I have learned some things in Ether. So there's 5 more chapters to go, but I know there's going to be a bunch of destruction in some of it. They haven't hit that just yet, but it's coming. But I'll tell you what, in the book of Ether, okay, this is the people coming from the time of the Tower of Babel. Everybody's languages are confounded and no one can communicate. But somehow these guys could, because the brother of Jared asked the brother of Jared to pray to the Lord for them to be able to keep their languages. So he must have been able to communicate with his brother, right? Maybe it was right before it was going to happen. Because people of God knew things that would, so let it be said, so let it be done type of thing. All right, I'm just going to turn around right here on this road and keep walking. And hope my legs don't give out. They're tingling. I need to do better. Okay, so I was going to go down and make myself a smoothie, and I didn't do it. That's what I need to do, make a smoothie. Put some berries in there and some walnuts. I wonder, I didn't check that out. You know, today's the last day, I guess, of some type of a sale going on with Amazon, okay? Prime deals or something like that. And since I don't have Prime any longer, once upon a time I did. It's probably better for your wallet not to have it, you know, because you buy things. I bought a lot of movies. Someone hacked my account, and it had been hacked once before, I guess a year earlier or something. And so they just shut me down. Would not let me get back on. I didn't do it. But, you know, at first I was able to watch all my movies. I could go there and watch my movies because I still have the device that I had put it on. Like there's a big TV at home that has a Roku on it, that has it on it. And I'm not sure what else has it. You know, even on my phone might have it, and my iPad. But it seems like I couldn't find it the other day. So I should be able to get on Prime. But see, I think they might have wanted me to sign in or something, and I couldn't do it. So I don't remember all that stuff. I'm walking back down the street. There she was, just happy as can be, singing ooh what diddy diddy dum diddy do. Dum, she's mine. Da 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 da. There she was, just walking down the street, singing ooh a diddy diddy dum diddy do. I'm silly. Says I'm hers and she's mine. See, that was in my head too. Life is a strange little thing, isn't it? It can really get you carried away. So I was talking about Ether, the Tower of Babel. Long story short, but you don't want to make the long story short. You guys need to go read it, or go back and listen to me read it, because I did. I read the first 10 chapters of Ether, and I learned some stuff in there, and so, you know, meaning that Jesus is the God of this earth. I mean, I already learned that in 3 Nephi chapter 1, verse 13 and 14. But in Ether, there's another account of another people, another time, and the people who found the records could not translate it. They didn't know that language. But there was something, and here we are, because it's a person, and some things that constitute seers and revelators, okay? The Book of Mormon was translated with the gift of God, the power of God, and these instruments were made to, in the right hands, translate the record into their English or their whatever it was they did, because he talked about, what did he talk about? He said he was well learned, I'm not saying all the right words, but well learned in the Hebrew and also in the Egyptian, I think is what he said. His Dad taught him all about I'm sure it's Hebrew. And then he had learning from the Egyptian stuff. So he used both when he was writing the record, okay? I think that's how that goes. I need to not go too far. I need to go get some water, and I did not bring it outside. So the more you talk, the drier you get. Anyway, so I was talking about the Book of Ether. And what I learned so far is that Jesus Christ looked the same in his spirit form as he did in his mortal form when he came down here and got his body and grew up. But in the time of the Tower of Babel, he had not come to earth yet and got his body. And he made an appearance there to the brother of Jared, because the brother of Jared was real tight with him, but also had great faith, you know. So you can have faith until you know. When you know, you don't need faith, right? Because you know. Doesn't that make sense? Anyway, the brother of Jared is what they call him. And he's the one that communicated with the Lord. And that's how they formed that tribe, the Jaredites. Okay? And then when they got all that situated, they were taken out across the wilderness to the ocean to build ships and to cross the ocean. And like I said, I don't know what time frame that is. I have not bothered to look it up, although I probably oughta. And I should move my car forward. I think it's too far back. And then also have to find out about the key. I don't know how to charge it. I was told I need to charge it. Well, I don't know how. I couldn't see a thing on there. Anyway, I'm going to have to sit down. My toes are tingling, and my back is tingling. Ah. And I can't sit up there because there's jack-o'-lanterns. Okay, see? There's even a black cat at the door, but that's a real one. And I think he is black all the way. But I like her decorations. I do. Very nice. Welcome to our pumpkin patch. I know, buddy, but you can't. I gotta go in and you can't go with me, okay? You're gonna have to move. Yes, you're gonna have to move. You have your own house. Yeah, I know. Poor little thing. Okay. Talking to the black cat outside. Okay, let's see. All right. That's my cup right there. Okay. Okay. Can I get you anything? You're welcome. I'm sorry. Try not to do any more than you have to. Okay, I'm going upstairs. I did not start counting these steps. But there's 15. I think. First time I move my foot up to get upstairs, it is 1. And when I stop on the floor, it is 15. So I don't know what that makes, except for that my back is telling me to stop. Okay, And I got crackers somewhere. And I want some. So where are they? There they are, I think. Okay. I should have just got all the same kind of crackers. I tried something different, and I don't like it very well. Oh, my back. There I go. Quit complaining. I really do need to learn how to not do that. I mean, to quit complaining. So I need to learn to not complain. But that's kind of hard. Okay. I'm breaking into a box with one finger, but it's extended from my hand. Okay, so now I'm going to get a tube out. I should show you guys. They've gotten smaller, okay? No doubt about it, just like in the grocery store too. Sometimes they'll try and fool you with a better price, but then you look and see what's in the package. Okay. You know, I can take my glasses off. Okay, hang on, okay? I'll do that. I need to do a lot of things here. Like, I need to pay a bill. I need to just get it paid off. Okay. I'm over there trying to do something one-handed on my iPad. Too much stuff on this table is really small. So I got my cup of water. And sometimes I don't feel real stable with that. In other words, it's precarious. Sometimes it is good and sometimes it might want to fall over. But only because I put it down wrong or put it down on top of something. So you gotta be careful, pay attention. Yeah, you do need to pay attention. So, do the right, choose the right when a choice is placed before you. You know, sometimes it seems right. Seems so right. But then a part of it seems so. Anyway, that really looks good in here. She's got the walls. I'm going to switch channels here. Not channels, but thoughts. I'm staying in the room Nancy was fixing up for her daughter. And it's pretty. She's using pink and beige. So it's kind of like a dusty rose, okay? Because, you know, there's a lot of different colors of pink. But over there on my little desk, besides all the other crap that I've got stacked over there, there is a teapot. It's a little teapot I got from my mama from the house when we were going through stuff. Okay, I got a little teapot. And I need tea. And the best tea is if you brew it and pour it out of the teapot. And I never can drink my stuff while it's hot. But you shouldn't put boiling stuff down your throat. I think in the word of wisdom, that's what it meant. It said not to have hot drinks. Okay? So they just decided that the hot drinks, because that's what their hot drinks were, was tea and coffee. I think that's why they decided bad tea and coffee. Well, no. It's putting it down your throat, boiling hot, and boiling your esophagus and all your stuff. You know, you're cooking yourself. It's not good for you. Anyway, it's just another way to look at it. I'm serious. Now, we're supposed to have modesty is a word that's popping up, but that's not what I'm trying to say with the word of wisdom. Moderate. You know, you don't go crazy. It's good. You can have some. It's good for you in moderation. In moderation, it's good for you. Okay. But don't go crazy. Now they're saying, Dr. William Lee is saying that coffee and tea are good for fighting cancer and good for stimulating stem cells. I think he said black tea even. All kinds of teas are good for stimulating the production of stem cells. But he also did say not to drink it boiling hot and not to put boiling hot water on it when you're brewing it. It changes things. It changes the makeup of stuff. I'm just repeating, okay, because I have no clue. These other people know what they're talking about. They're scientists and researchers, and green tea fights cancer, okay? But here's the deal. I have to learn how to drink these teas without, but I can use stevia. But I think even stevia does something weird. It's because I'm on that metformin. And metformin does something weird to you because of the intake sugar. I think it stimulates illness, like when you have a sweetener in you and you're not supposed to, and you're taking this other thing, and I think maybe that's what it's for. So you can't have the sugar. Now, stevia is a plant, but it is a sweetener. But it is not supposed to affect your glycemic whatever, your sugar level. And so I don't know. Even if it does not affect my sugar level, it affects me. And when my head's spinning. So I don't know about that. All that. And I did have ivermectin yesterday. And so there's one dose left in my syringe. And then I can open that other bottle. It's a tube. It's a syringe. But I need to get a hold of those people and try to place an order and see what they say. Because I don't think I'm going to know if I need a prescription until I get to the end of ordering. They say, okay, where's your prescription at? And I'm going, well, I don't got one. No. I did ask her. So I asked my cancer doctor, and she has no problem with me taking that. She just won't give me a prescription for it, and you can't have it without. I know, I said that already, but I'm telling you again. Maddening. I would do that. At first I thought, oh, I can't do that because I didn't have the money. And I don't have the money now, but I have enough that I can make myself have the money. You know what I mean? You have to make choices. Because there's a lot of other things I would choose too. But it would be easy for my dosing. I could just take one every day. And then I can also take it twice a day. Once in the morning and once at night. I don't know. I don't know what the dosing is. But this is a pill form, so it would be much easier than this nasty gel. Opening up my crackers. I'm sorry, I had to have one, so I put one in my mouth before I knew what I was doing. Pretty nifty. I'm going to pull my rocking chair out. See, I rock, and it tends to make its way back. Then it hits the wall. So we don't want it hitting the wall. Yes, I did a video earlier and my hair was down and everything. I told you I was going to do an oil treatment. I need to do more. But I did. I did put oil in my hair, you know, right down on my scalp. But I want it everywhere. Because I do think my scalp needs help. And that will be wonderful. Because they are showing. I mean, they show video and maybe they're just... formulation, you know, like they're showing you what should happen because it's in drawing form. But they're showing the hair thicken up a bunch because of the follicles, okay? Like the follicles are damaged. Now, I haven't been one that did perms and dyes, but I'm not sure if I saved it or not, but it's in my history. Dr. Barbara O'Neill was talking about it. See, and I need to do more on the skincare because it'll help with your skin too. And then I just need to put coconut oil in my diet. And yes, you need to be careful. You don't want to take too much coconut oil because that is a fat. But it will help. Having fat in your diet will help you lose weight, is what she is saying. But this is a good fat, okay? And all those oils, those vegetable oils and all that stuff on the shelf that we're buying, stop. According to Dr. Barbara O'Neill, stop. She says to use olive oil and coconut oil, okay? And I can believe that. And also you need to be careful how high a temperature you use when you're using those oils. And there's just so much that we need to know. And I know I just keep telling you guys what I find out. And you can let it go in one ear and out the other, but I believe it. Dr. Barbara O'Neill, she's pretty nifty. She's got a lot of knowledge in that brain of hers. I have a lot of knowledge in my brain, but not like that, not that kind. I am a mixture of so many things. Top line on I should read my card to you. I would like to send my card out to someone who believes in me. Send a few out so you can give them away. And really, I don't know. I wanted to tell you guys about the medicine. That's why I've mentioned it a few times, and it is marvelous. But I also know that I am not in a way to do all that stuff. It's an expensive venture. And an adventure, but I don't know if it's a good one. An adventure, you know. Because it's quite expensive down that trail. So if you have money, it's okay. If you don't have money, it's not okay, really. So for that, I didn't find Rick Simpson oil. See, I need to go to the dispensary and ask, do you have Rick Simpson oil? And see what they are selling for Rick Simpson oil. Because somebody who heard me talking around here gave me a tube of it, of Rick Simpson oil, 1 gram. It's in a 1 gram syringe, like those syringes I was showing you earlier, except for no needle, okay? Just the syringe part. And it is for dosing medicine. But you suck up the Rick Simpson oil in that, right out of the bowl. And when I say bowl, my rice cooker, the insert in it is a bowl. It's a stainless steel bowl, thin one. But it did the job. And my magnetic stirrer, I would like to have that. I would like to have all the gadgets that I need. And we've got 3 magical butter machines. So then I've got a new gadget that I've never gotten to use. It's supposed to be even better. You know, they got ways of taking your weed, square it all up into something, and then you put it under a pressure plate, and they press this ooze comes out of it. This yellow, golden, ooze-looking stuff comes out of the weed. They squish it with high pressure. But that seems impossible for it to do that. You know, when I process it, I put an alcohol to it. And I never realized you need to, I shouldn't say need to because we didn't do it, put your Everclear in the freezer. You're supposed to put it in the freezer for a few hours before you use it. Some would say overnight, but I guess the really ice cold helps your medicine just crystallize and fall off or something. I don't know. It's supposed to help get the medicine off the plant. So let's see, what have we got going on here? We have 4141. So I've got to get with it. I got to get with the program. I am going to figure out some things to sew, and I do have scraps of material, and I want to go to the Goodwill and start looking for material. Meaning, sorry that I lost my face. Anyway, there's a lot of things at the Goodwill that are maybe don't even have a style to them, but they have nice material. Maybe it'll be on a day when it's just like bloody well cheap. We were in I had to have been a Goodwill because I haven't had any other type of stores. And I'm not sure where that was because I didn't ever get to go to Goodwill either. But it was like this whole, it had to have been in Vancouver. They had this whole row from the front to the back of, they have things stashed on it, and there's usually evening gowns and stuff like that, okay? Nice dresses, but just all weird. Sometimes the coloring is all weird, and sometimes the style is all weird because it's not what you would like. But then maybe it's made out of some really great material. But the point was, I was in a store once when everything on that rack was $1 each, okay? Instead of the 10 or, these days they're really crazy on their prices, but the point is you get each dress for $1. And I did buy some. But I have different criteria now. I want to find material. I want to find velvet and suede. And particularly, I want blue velvet and I want black. And then I want the brown, the chocolate brown on the suede. But I'll take even the golden because I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I am thinking about medicine bags. I have to look up a design for one to figure out something, but I'm kind of getting a picture in my mind. And I don't know what all they put in medicine bags, but I know this one chick gave me some rocks. See, I lost my face again. That was a weird story I need to tell one day. Told you guys about Marco. I was obsessed by Marco. And then I told you I thought he was a wizard. I believe that he said he was. I caught him trying to do something, power of suggestion maybe. He had hypnotized me. And I came to in the middle of him telling me some stuff to do. Anyway, needless to say, that did not work. And I probably left and went home instead of sticking around. Nevertheless, what was the point of all that? Oh, the girl he was with. You know, because me and Marco had a thing going on for a way long time, and I had moved to Texas, and he was still in Washington, over by Vancouver. Actually, the 164th Avenue, I believe, is where you get off the freeway, is where he used to live, and he's not there anymore, and so that little shack probably isn't either, because that's some really expensive real estate through there, and he was living in a little dinky shack, taking up valuable real estate, but it was sure nice. I mean, the surroundings were nice, and it was right there by the river. You could go down behind his house and go down to the river, to the beach. So that was pretty special. But anyway, that girl didn't like me, okay, because I was the other woman or something. And she gave me some stones. You know, like they blessed them or something. Anyway, she gave me some stones, but Marco told me not to mess with those things. So they were probably charmed or something. You know, people, I guess they do stuff like that. So be careful. Beware. Beware. That's a Disney cartoon. I see elephants. Elephants on parade or something like that. But it is a cartoon. So anyway, I was being silly and I got astray. I went away. Being obsessed by men. See, you can't even see my face because I'm not paying attention. But anyway, we can be obsessed, can't we? So, I need to stop that. I'm going to stop that. I'll keep telling myself that anyway. You know, I had those lessons to be learned. Well, guess what? You can learn them over and over and over again and still have them happen again. Right here in this first life. This first lifetime. Because I sure did that. I did that over and over and over again. Say, I'll never do that again. And the next thing you know, you're right back in the same situation. How'd you do that? So, I'm just going to attack myself in a good way. I'm going to oil myself down inside and out. They say that, I gotta be careful, I know. But our wrinkles and things is not, the creams are not helping is what they're saying. And I kind of noticed that when I was selling Avon. I mean, part of their deal with their expensive line is having an exfoliator where it takes off a layer of skin. And the idea is that you grow new skin. And the new skin is young. Whereas you've got all this old dead skin hanging on. So I'm going to have to attack me there a little bit. And I do have something. I just haven't used it. I'm not real good at following through on stuff. But exfoliation, I do believe in that. Just be careful around your eyes. So for they do have eye serum, which I need to check out. What does that do? Because, you know, they're saying like this puffiness right here, they're showing it like fat. So is it fat? If so, let's get it out of there. No. No, I don't want to go under the knife. Hold on, I gotta take the sweater off. I'm dying here. I'll do that. Okay. I'm here. And see, I have my hair on my head because I did put oil, but I'm thinking, even with it like that, maybe I should just go ahead and get the syringe and put some more oil. I want it down into I need it in my scalp, not just on my hair, you know. And so doing around the back and stuff was difficult. It's probably better to have a little help from your friend, you know. You just have the oil and have the syringe, and then someone can make sure that it's getting down in there to the scalp. And then you're supposed to massage it too. So I gotta remember that part. I'll just have to keep doing it. Where am I at? We're on 50 minutes. It's probably good enough, huh? I just always like to talk. Nonsensical. I wonder what's making those dogs bark. It's a bunch of barking. They're not barking anymore. You know what I'm wondering? I can still hear a dog bark. But that was like a lot of dogs, okay? So it's almost like a sensor that has a recorder that has recorded all these dogs barking. So maybe a sensor trips and it goes. I mean, it does. I used to deliver pizza in a town called Perryton in the state of Texas. Barely down into the state of Texas. You know, there's a panhandle across the top of Texas. And right next to the eastern side of that state, at the top where the panhandle is, okay, you cross the Oklahoma border into and that's the Oklahoma panhandle too, but you cross that into Texas on Highway 83, and you go down 8 miles and there's Perryton. Well, that's where I used to live. I think they had about 7,000 people. You know, it seemed like a really small town until I left there. And then I went and lived in a place that had less than 1,000 people. And then when I left there, I had my land. I had land in Colorado. So what was the point of all that? I was telling you where I used to live, but I don't know why. Town called Perryton. So 7,000 people isn't so small when you look at 1,000. And then what I said about the property is that it's 25 miles from town, so there is no population. We had one house that was right there within my property, okay, that was not mine. It used to belong to that property. But they divided it up where the house in 10 acres, or 12 acres, I was told 10, but I believe it's 12. The house in, I'm going to say 10 acres, was a whole different piece of property. They separated it out. So it was like the homestead for the whole section. A section is 640 acres. And I would have had a complete eighth of a section, which is 80 acres, if they hadn't separated it. But they separated it. So I got a little less than 70. He got a little more. But they shouldn't have done that, because the only way I can separate my property is you have to have 35 acres. And I was told that I had 70 acres. And a lot of times they'll say on the deed 70 acres more or less, because they measure it from the sky or something. Their aerial stuff. And with the land moving around and stuff, you know, I'm talking about like canyons. There's different dimensions with the landscape. That's what they were telling me last time I talked to them, which wasn't that long ago, because I need to see about doing that too. I need to see about selling my property, even though part of me does not want to. I can separate it, but I just don't know what that will cost. So I need to talk to the people there. That's another thing I need to do if I come to town. If I go to Colorado, I got some things to do. Boom, 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 because I don't want to stay long. I need to do everything and leave. And actually, I'd really like to go to Downs, check on my house there. It's just a little dinky thing. I'm not kidding. It's a little dinky thing, but to the right person, it would be worth the world. And that was me at the time. It provided shelter. It provided a place to live where I had none. Because I had already traded my house. I had already traded my big nice house for that property in Colorado. So I went from having a nice house to no house. How stupid. I've done some stupid things. However, my property is Colorado, guys. And my property, actually, my county just became legal to where I could have I don't know if they're gonna, in other words, if they don't, I'm not gonna do it anyway, but I could have a dispensary on my property. I could have grows on my property, whereas not long ago I could not, because of the county. So they've changed the law. See, that's all it takes is to change the law, which they did. So my property should be worth more because of that. But then again, like I started to say, I just can't think of my right words. They limit the amount of people with licenses. That's what I'm trying to say. And they really shouldn't do that. They should let everybody do it. And those that can do a lot, more power to them. Quit making it hard. Really. And quit charging so much tax. And quit charging so much to those that are trying to be entrepreneurs. I can't say the word. I'm an entrepreneur. Anyway, you try to make a living. You try to find something you can do or sell. You sell your service or you sell a product. You do something to make a living, to be able to pay your bills, to be able to put food on the table. You know, how many jobs do you think there's going to be for everybody out there when they could just take care of themselves? You guys think about that. We could all do better. It doesn't have to be limited to just a few licenses. That's rather stupid. Especially if, you know, when you start legalizing it and you realize how many people want it. I mean, that's good business. And it's sustainable, right? Because it grows and it grows and it grows. Especially if you do it outside. You should be able to do it outside. There's a lot of money going on involved in inside. Between all the lights you got to have and the nutrients you got to have. And then they got all their licenses you got to have and all kinds of crap. So no, I don't like it. I like it and I don't. You know, if you could just grow your own and have some extra, have enough extra to be able to sell to family and friends. Or, like I was talking about the other day, they used to have it where you could have like so many customers, maybe 10 customers, maybe 15 or 20 customers. And everybody got a certain plant count. And then those that didn't want to grow would give their plant count to somebody else who grew for them, and they'd go buy from them. So, I mean, it's something to think about. Because seriously, there is not enough weed. There is not enough to go around. And you guys are just trying to make it harder and harder. Because you want the money. How is that different than a drug dealer? You are a drug dealer. Okay? If the shoe fits, wear it. Isn't that what they always say? But it's true. That's what all that stuff is about, and that's what half these wars are about. Who's going to get the money from the drugs? Who's going to get all the resources out there that are worthwhile? I don't even know what they are, but one would be titanium, right? All kinds of different ores, gold, diamonds. That's not an ore, but still. I heard diamonds were just like laying on the ground over in Zimbabwe. Stick around to Zimbabwe and see what we can pick up on the beach. I don't know if it was the beach, but I'm just saying, they're laying on the ground. My gosh, we could figure out a way to get some of them. But then you'd probably get in trouble for trying to take them out of the country or something. I don't know how far away Zimbabwe is, but I think it's part of Africa, isn't it? See, I'm just not good in my geography. I probably need to get off here. I've talked long enough. In fact, it's an hour and 1 minute and 18 seconds. So actually, I got 3 ones. Oh. Okay. I need to get off. I'll say goodbye, all right? Take care, you guys. I'm going to try.